All right, here we are again. This is reveal number 771. It's a 1954 plastic tube roll, and this one still has the old original tape barely hanging on. We're going to go ahead and finish removing what there is of this. Oh, it was barely hanging. It was really barely hanging on. Let's see if I can get this tube open now. I think it still may have more tape on it. It doesn't want to come open. Let's see. I'll try to cut a seam around it and see if it'll come open that way. Let's see if this is a notch tube. If it's a notch tube, it could be a little more difficult to open. No, it's a Whitman. It should be just a plain top. Free spin is what these are. They got nothing to catch them. They just pop on and pop off. No threads. Okay. This is different. I can't get this tube open. No matter what I try. Okay, what are we going to do now? Hang on, let me see if I can get some pliers. Well, I don't have pliers, but I do have something else that might help me get it open. So let me try this and see. Oh, that's going to work. Yay. I'm actually prying at this with a jeweler screwdriver. There we go. I busted the cap. That'll work. Big old crack in the cap now. I would have this on camera, but it's not in a good position where I can do that. So I'm just going to keep prying at this top until it comes off. Ah, there we go. Finally got it. Good gosh. That's right, I popped a cap. I can tell you one thing. Nobody's been through this roll in longer than I've been alive. So, these, see I put just a little tiny crack in the top of the cap there. Prying at it with my little screwdriver. It came open. That was ingenuity right there. Saved the show, that little screwdriver did. All right, coin number 1 for Sloppy Stacks. 1954 Not really much known on the reverse for these, but on the obverse, man, we've got really nice double die, a few RPMs. Got a number of RPMs, actually. Let's just see what comes of it. The double die that we know about is a nice Class 2 double die. Class 2 has a separation toward the edge of the coin toward the rim. Be going pretty slow here for the first few coins, and then we will speed the process up. All right, that was coin number 1. Now coin number 2. This one goes to Mark. Pretty bright looking roll. Nice coins in here. Got nothing so far for a variety, but we're only on coin number 2, so there's plenty of possibility to move forward. Now number 3, trip wit. Let's see what we get. What I can tell you is my number 1 marker for the double die obverse is that the S mint mark is centered pretty well horizontally between the 9 and the 5, but it's very low vertically. So anytime you run into something like that, I want to check it a little closer. It's very low, and as I remember, it's actually a little slightly to the right. Pretty valuable double die if you find one in earlier die state. Late die state, they're kind of common. They have to be out there in earlier die state, but I haven't seen very many of them. It's a interesting coin with a mint mark pretty much touching the 5 of the date. Very late die state otherwise. Very mushy looking. Mushy, mushy. Hola, buenas noches a tú. Buenas noches means that he is somewhere in Europe. Probably Spain. Tengo mucha moneda. I have a lot too. Y también. Dan the man. We got nothing on a mint mark for Dan the man. There's Alex. Go get it, Alex. Look at that. That's a little lamb peel right there, right on the rim. That's kind of cool. Still, when it has the peel there, and you can see the shape of the positive that came out of the negative, that's kind of cool. Roger. Oh, we have a fingerprint coin here. Ace got a fingerprint. I don't like fingerprints. ¿A dónde eres, Santa? Good morning, Arizona coins. Another one of that's the first die we pulled out of this roll was that one with the big streak down below the S down there. I'm gonna guess Santa's from Spain Because he said good evening. Tain't evening in the USA. I don't think. No, it's just now noon on the East Coast. Sissy. Sissy up next. What do we got? Nada. ¿A dónde vives, Santa? So maybe he's from Barcelona or Barcelona, depending on whether you're Iberian. Catalan, something like that. Don't be shy, Alex. This is your chance to shine. Paul. Looks like Santa may have left us in the lurch about where he lives. That's right. Don't be shy, Alex. You are our interpreter para español. It's another one of those. I am not familiar with that word. Hermosas. Nice coins, beautiful coins. Esas monedas están hermosas. Okay. Hello, Eric. Not in this 54 roll. 54S hasn't turned out to be much of anything. 55D had a number of pretty nice RPMs. There were two or three different ones. Then in the 56D roll, you'll have to rewatch that one. There was a point close to the middle of the roll that I discovered a particular die that we had been running through time and time again was a very light die state example of a decent double split serif. So you'll have to watch the video again to separate those. I did pull out the ones, I think 4 of them in the roll that were decent. And then this 54S is so far a dud. I always say, Alex, when you're going to speak someone else's language, speak someone else's language. Don't do it with your own accent. So I try to learn the accent as well as the words, the vocabulary, how to speak, and then how to read. I'm kind of on myself. I'm kind of hard about that, kind of particular. Because I am familiar with the number of people I have heard speaking English who do it in a way that is barely recognizable as English. And it kind of, it sets me off that someone bothers learning the vocabulary of a language and how the language is spoken, yet decides that they're going to do it so heavily in their own accent they're almost unintelligible, sorry. So when I speak Spanish, Turkish, Greek, German, whatever, I try to do it the best I can. Morning, Doug. I see Doug here. Doug speaks New Yorker. He has that New York accent. Unmistakable. Now, see, Eric lives in New York, but he doesn't have a New York accent. He sounds like a Florida beach bum. Now, see, that's Eric Maith. Now, Eric Beyer lives in Florida, but he sounds like a Canadian. Because he picked up a very strong accent from his Michigan background. Ah, du kannst Deutsch sprechen. Ah, gut. It's been a while since I've had the opportunity to speak German. I don't speak it very often anymore. I used to. Almost every day. Oh, you could do a good New York accent? I hear there's a couple of specific people who travel the National Numismatic Circuit, going to all of the big shows, and I hear them speaking, and it's not like the tough guy New Yorker. It's more the beanie hat New Yorker. You know, it's not the New York, like the New York you speak in New York. You got the flu. Holy jigs. You sounded fine yesterday. Of course, you didn't sound yesterday at all, so you may have not been well yesterday, but you seemed well. Monty Python English accent. Yeah. There you go. I can't eat another thing. Oh. I told you bugger off, I can't eat anymore. Wow, we got a lot of that die. I kind of wish it was something. It's that one with the big die scratches under the S. But it's turned out to be nothing. You know, I don't really know Monty Python all that well. I mean, I've watched most of the movies, but I didn't watch them more than once and don't really remember any of the particular things that were said. The big fat guy at the table eating a huge turkey and then he explodes. I remember that part. Big pointy teeth. It sounds like something a Brit would say. Oh. Can't find anything in this bloody roll. Just one little mint. Copper's at $4.67 an ounce. Or no, pound. $4.67 a pound. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Does anybody want to buy some copper rounds? I have copper rounds. Mr. Creosote, yes. Another one of those. We keep getting that die over and over and over again. And again and again. It's wafer thin. I recognize and remember the lines when they're said, but I do not remember them without being prompted. I can't eat another bloody thing. Bugger off, I'm full. Bloop, 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 bloop. All right, here we go. Adventures into a Lincoln cent roll that has nothing in it. We're on coin number 32 now for Sureg. Listen carefully, as our menu options have changed. Blow your noses and go after them. Coin number 34. God, here's you got that. Them die scratches are everywhere. Right there. Those things. Right below the S. You got a lot of that particular die. And it is a nothing die. We've already looked heavily at a couple of the different coins, a few of them. You've got this one where the S touches the 5 and the date, and there's die cracks on the 9 and the 5. It's also a nothing, and a very late die state nothing at that. Double dice. Call it a speared bust. How about a speared bust roll? Not finding nothing in here. Well, we got to get Dirty Water in here talking his Massachusettsness. Known for Alex. Yeah, Dirty Water has a Massachusettsness accent. Drive your car in the park. I always wanted to be a firefighter. Get to fight fires. What's that really fast cat in Africa with spots? Oh, a cheater. What are you if you go messing around on your spouse? Oh, you're a cheater. Dalmata. That's right. Or you could speak Maine. Oh, yeah. 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 Hey, Mac. Where's Martin? Oh, Martin? Martin's out in the dooryard in his car having a beer. Wow. Why the S? It's a different S. I mean, it's a different part of the design. One was punched in, but the other one was hubbed in. Mint marks are always punched in. So if they're filled with crap, it's not because of the S itself. It's because the S was placed in using a completely different method. This S was punched in using a little tool like a leather punch. This S was actually hubbed into the die itself using a hub on a hubbing press. 44. You see what I did there? Feel like I have to do comedic stand-up when I'm going through these rolls and don't find anything. It's like I've got to perform. You've got to give them something for the money. And the coins just ain't doing it. Them coins ain't doing it. Here we go. Another one. Another one bites the dust. Ding, 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 ding. Another one bites the dust. Talk about backwards masking. That's one I actually heard, and it sounded pretty good. It's another one bites the dust. You turn it around, it says start to smoke marijuana. And it's not very cryptic either. It sounds pretty clear. Another one bites the dust. Big old fingerprint wipe mark there. As somebody who thought all that chocolate on their fingers wouldn't wipe off onto the coin. Coin number 48 for Jim. Let's see what Jim gets. Well, Jim gets nothing worse or nothing better than everybody else in the roll. Just a 1954 S. Ball 3. Here's one for Doug. Nope. Lots of cracks. Nothing else. All right. All right. Last coin in the roll for Mac. Nothing. All right. It's a dud roll. Sorry, folks. It is what it is, but that's what we ran into and came out with. How about if we take a little break and meet you back for the 1955S roll we've got coming up. 55S will be, well, at least more interesting, probably. What do you say? I guess we can do it that way. I'll see you guys in about 10 minutes, about 10, maybe 15 minutes. See you then.